Today we wanted to talk about calculating rental comps for you. And basically we wanted to dive into all the details that might help you to understand how it benefits you.
You want to understand this even if you are not an investor, though you should definitely 100% understand this if you're even thinking about being an investor. And if you're not thinking of being an investor, you should still understand what your rental comps are in your area, because you don't know what your future holds. I do not know what my future holds. Nobody knows what the future is. And if you already are a homeowner, maybe you need to consider what the rental comps are, because you never know what's going to happen in life. And maybe you need to hop on a plane and go to Timbuktu and hang out there for a year. So you don't know. So you should understand, how do we calculate this? And most people are going to spend a significant amount of time every single month comparing properties to ensure that they're going to get a profitable ROI, which is the return on investment. So how does it really work?
Exactly. Therefore, here we wanted to understand the rental comps. But before we wanted to dive into it, let's do our introduction.
Let's hit it. Hi, it's Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you can call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, grab our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below.
Now, we wanted to mention these characteristics that really help you to understand how we can do these rental comps for you. The first thing that is super important is size, which is the square footage of the property. What else?
The second one is going to be location. You're going to care about proximity to the amenities, neighborhoods, schools, crime rates. All of that is going to be part of location. What's the next one?
And number of the bedroom and bathroom also is very important.
Yes, another one is amenities and finishes in the house itself. So is the kitchen updated? What kind of floors do we have? Does it have a central HVAC that's working? What else?
Exactly. The next one is the property condition, the age of the property. Is there any recent renovation that has been done on the property?
So you want to gather as much data as you can on that house in order to make sure that you're getting there as well. Now, when we're talking about pricings of these homes in the area, of course, you're going to ask us real estate agents. We have access to the MLS. We can tell you what has been going on. This is not necessarily widely available because a lot of it might be closed. So anything in the MLS, we can give you as an investor or as potential. So if you're thinking, maybe I want to rent my home in the future and you worked with us, I'm more than happy to talk to you. Even if you haven't worked with us, I'm more than happy to give you some information and insight so you can make an informed decision on what you want to do.
Exactly. Therefore, you can basically do some research on the Zillow.com, or Rentometer is a very good actually platform, apartment.com. And these gonna give you the substantial information about the property.
Right, because those websites might have for sale by owners, rent by owners. So people who are not in the MLS are going to be on these websites as well. So that will add to your information as well. Now we're going to analyze this information.
Exactly.
Once you've understood how much the investment is, how much the home is, what the other rents in the market are, now we're going to look at filtering and make sure that this home closely matches. Because you could tell me, homes are renting for $4,000 a month. I'm like, yeah, but those are 4,000 square feet homes. Your home is 2,000 square feet. It's going to be a different type of home. You're going to get different people looking into a small home versus a big home. So you want to make sure that your parameters are homes that are like the one you're looking to buy or the one you already own.
And also the next thing is adjusting for differences, like making adjustment for any dissimilarities for that property, like for example, new upgraded kitchen or any additional bathroom or any upgrades that they have been done on the house.
Now, once you've done this, it kind of becomes a more simple process. Now you've filtered to ones that are similar. So let's just hypothetically say 2,000 square foot home. You're only looking at homes that are 2,000 square feet, 2-mile radius. You're going to then kind of filter through and look at what the rental rates are in that area for that pricing. And then what else?
Basically, you average after the adjustment that you made in the previous steps and average the rent of the comparable properties in that radius of mile that my wife mentioned, and also factor in the market. Know that the market that you are working is a cold market, is a warm market, or a hot market. That's gonna also affect the price, rental price for the property too.
Now, once you have all this information, you want to, of course, if you're an investor and you're thinking, I want to set the price, you can't just set, again, $4,000 for something that doesn't match the area isn't going to work. You want to look what's going on in the market range. What is the value proposition to this home that is going to be why your home is slightly above the others? Maybe it's got updated everything. That is something that can be there. So your final number is going to be, you're trying to figure out what the demand is that will affect that price. So that's at the end of the day, what should we avoid?
Therefore, the common mistakes that you need to avoid, don't use any outdated.
Oh, we get that a lot.
That comes. No, always look for the most recent data that is available right now, because the market condition was different or the scenario that could be really different.
Do you know how many people this is 5 years later, but people will say, oh, but in 2019, this is not 2019 anymore, this is 2024. The market is different. So having outdated data isn't going to help you with understanding what you can get for these things. And avoid using comps that are not really comparable. So again, we're not using 4,000 square foot mansions to the 2,000 square foot ranch home. Like these are apples and oranges. You can't have the same. What's another thing?
And then the next one is, don't ignore the impact of the property condition. Rent definitely dramatically will vary with the upgrade and renovation that has been done on the property. Therefore, don't look at the house that needs a lot of TLC and say, oh, this is the same house that I have. Therefore, your house needs probably some upgrades, and that house that went with that rent doesn't already been upgraded. No, therefore these need to be also addressed before that.
So basically we're boiling it down to being informed, understanding what your calculations are is going to help you make an informed decision on what the rents would be for your home, and therefore you can get, if you are looking to get renters in there, you can make sure that you're getting somebody in there that matches what the data is and your price makes sense for this beautiful house.
And don't forget to call us, Alan Victoria Pinda, real estate agent in Greenville, at 252-327-3357. And looking forward to see your comment and see you in the next podcast and videos.